Fight.
For all y'all talkers up in here, it's time to keep it down right now.
What's the shit, Miss Thing? What's going on, y'all? It's Sammy, as y'all know. In this video, I will be doing a story time, and by the title of the video, as you can see, I attacked the robber at my job. Okay, let's get straight into this story because it's funny as hell now, but it wasn't a funny situation back then. All right, let's get into it. All right, so this happened, I want to say either 2013 or 2014. I believe it was 2013 if I'm not mistaken. And I was working at the credit union. Actually, I'm still working at the same credit union. There was a manager, an assistant manager, a member service rep, and 3 tellers, and I was one of those tellers. So I was teller number 2, and there was an older lady who was teller number 1 and a younger girl who was teller number 3, which on this particular day, the manager and that young lady was off. It was around, I want to say maybe January or February. It was cold, okay? I remember it was cold. It was wintertime, okay? And it was real slow. Wasn't nobody coming outside because it was cold, okay? So we really didn't have that much to do. So I was really on my way to lunch, but before I went, I wanted to make sure my cash was straight, okay? So as I'm counting my cash, I hear the door open and there's somebody walking in. It was a man. Never seen this man before. First of all, I couldn't even see his face because he had on his big ass coat and a scarf. He was covered up to here, okay? So I couldn't see a damn thing. But I got a description of how he looked. I always look people up and down just in case I need to have a description of your ass. So I always have a photographic memory. So he had his coat and his scarf up to here. Now when he first walked in, the assistant manager, you know, she greeted him like she was supposed to. He didn't say anything, which was a little strange.
That's suspicious.
So when she greeted him and he didn't say anything, she just looked over to me. She was like, oh my God, it must be really cold out there, you know, because of how he was, you know, up to here covered. So he gets to Miss Maria's window, didn't say anything to her. She said hi, he didn't say anything to her. Then he walks over to my window and I'm looking at him like, hi, like what's going on? In my mind, I'm like, is he trying to see how many people is working here or something like that? So then he walked past me again, and then he went back to Miss Maria's window. So she greeted him again, and she said, can I help you? So when she said, can I help you? He said, yeah, I want your money. And I'm like, am I hearing this correctly? Am I being punked? Is this really happening right now? Because at that time, I had worked at the credit union. I want to say for about 6 years. And we never had an incident like that. So she said, excuse me? And he said, I want your money. So the way the setup was, there's a first teller window, which is the handicap, so it's really low. Then her window is second, and it's a little high. Then I'm the second teller, and then there's a third teller, which I said the young lady was off, and then there's a fourth window. So when he said that, she went to get, you know, just grab some money to give to him so he can get the hell out of there, okay? As she's going to her drawer to pull out money, this mug climbs on the the little handicap window and climbs over the window. So now he's behind the teller line with me and her. He grabs her up by her shirt and was yanking her ass up like, give me your money. Give me your money. I'm like, in my mind, first of all, I couldn't do nothing. I'm like, wait, what the fuck going on here? And in my mind, I'm like,
This bitch is gonna die in front of me.
so I instantly got in defense mode, okay? Now, my grandmother who raised us, she always said, look, if somebody's attacking you or in your face and all of that shit, the first thing she always said was, pick up something and knock their asses out. So the only thing that was near me was my chair. And what did I do? I knocked his ass out with it. Okay? That was the closest thing near me, and I threw that shit at him, and it landed. It connected. So when I did that, I guess he was shocked because I guess he was like, the hell going on? Are they about to attack me now? Yes, it was a dangerous situation because I didn't know if he had any weapons or nothing like that. But at that point, I was already in fight mode. So, bitch, I'ma make sure I get you before you get me. Okay? I'm gonna get you before you get me. Okay? So, when I hit her with the chair, he let go of her. But he was still standing there like, give me your money. And I'm like, oh, you ain't getting shit now. So I ran over to his ass and we was getting it, honey. I grabbed his ass up, and at that point I started swinging. He was about my height, so I could take him or whatever. So as I'm getting with him, he went and tried to hop back over the counter. So as he's trying to hop back over the counter, I grab him from the back, and I'm just like, oh no, bitch, this ain't over, honey. This ain't over by a long shot. And I was tearing his ass up, okay? Now, as all of this is going on, Miss Maria ran past by me because she was already nervous and shook. But while this is going on, I got the assistant manager on the opposite side of us, and she's just standing there screaming to the top of her damn lungs, okay? And I understand it because she was young. She was the youngest one out of all of us. She was 21. This was her first job as far as being a assistant manager in a credit union, and she didn't know what to do either, okay? But the member service representative, her ass was gonna leave us in there. She grabbed her bag and was headed to the damn door. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, let me handle this the way I need to handle this. So he finally got over the counter and he ran out the door. Now, after he ran out the door, the member service representative, she didn't even make it to the door. He made it to the door before her, so she was like stopped in her tracks with her bag. And the assistant manager is still standing there screaming, okay? So I ran from behind the teller line out the door where our teller line began, and I ran to the door because I was going to chase his motherfucking ass out there and get his ass again. So, but I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I yelled to the manager, like the assistant manager, give me the key so I can lock the door. So I went and I locked the first door, and then I locked the door into the branch, the second door. After that, I ended up going behind the teller line again and pressing the silent alarm to alert the police. So the police came within like a minute or two. One of the officers came, and he came within a minute or two, and he's like, what seems to be the issue? I said, we just almost got robbed. The guy, he's gone already. He didn't take anything. I don't know which way he went. So he's like, okay, don't worry about that. Just make sure y'all keep the door locked. I'm going to make sure that I have some more cops come here just in case he comes back or anything like that, but I'm going to go and search for him. I said, okay. So the assistant manager called the manager, okay? So she's on the phone with her and she's crying. She's like, oh my God, we got robbed, oh my God. And she started screaming again. And I'm like, why the fuck are you screaming? Please, shut up, you're getting on my nerves. So she's like, I don't know why I'm screaming. I'm like, just give me the phone so I can explain to her what happened. So she gives me the phone and I'm talking to the manager and I'm like, we didn't get robbed. I said it was an attempted robbery. He didn't get anything. We aren't hurt. I said, he did climb over the counter and he did grab Maria. And when he grabbed her with so much force, he tore all of this of her shirt or whatever. So she said, okay, did you call the police? I said, yes, I called the police already. The door is locked. He's going to find, the guy, and he said he's sending, more cops here or whatever. So she was like, okay, I'm going to call the CFO, which is the big boss. He's actually the head boss that runs all the branches. So I said, okay, I said, the door is locked. We're just waiting for the cops to come. The detectives ended up coming. So what they did was they separated us, and they brought us in my manager's office one by one just to, ask us what happened, give a good, clear description of the guy or whatever like that. So the CFO had came, I want to say around the same time that the detectives had came. So before I went into, my manager's office for my interrogation, the CFO asked me, tell me, what happened or whatever. So I said, well, when he came in here, we all greeted him like we were supposed to do, and he said nothing. He walked past the older lady, he walked past me, and then he went over to the third window and the fourth window, and he didn't see nobody there. So then he came back to the front. And then when he came back to the front, I told him, I said, that's when everything happened. So I did tell him, I said, I did attack him, I did. So when I said that, he was like, oh, I need to fire you right now. I need to fire you right now. Without even hearing me give an explanation of anything else. So I'm like, okay. I said, you know what? Go ahead and do that. You can fire me. I'm okay with it. So then Miss Maria was like, no, do not fire him because the guy was attacking me. So when she said that, he was like, okay, so then, you know, we won't take that action. But if this happens again, give him whatever he wants. I said, we didn't even get a chance to even do that because he hopped over the counter. Okay. I said, but you know what? There won't be a next time. I said, the next time there's something like this happen, whoever's getting attacked, bitch, they ass is just going to be grass. I'm going to stand there and watch. Okay? So he was like asking us, do we need counseling and stuff like that because it was a traumatic, you know, situation. I'm like, I'm fine. I mean, I don't need no counseling. So we ended up having to take robbery training, and they explained the whole situation to the trainer or whatever. And the trainer was like, no, you're never supposed to attack the robber. I said, look, like I said, he was in my space. How do I know he wasn't going to attack Maria and then try to attack me? I'm going to whoop his ass regardless, okay? You're not going to do that to me, okay? So he's like, yeah, but if there's ever another robber or another robbery situation, just give them what they want. I said I was perfectly fine with doing that because I know this money is insured, but I mean, I'm not going to let him attack me. Hell no. That's not how I was raised. That's not how I was brought up. Like I said, my grandmother always said, if you got to pick up something to knock their asses out, do that. And baby, I was knocking his ass out with that motherfucking chair. It's a situation that we all can laugh about now. And every blue moon, they bring up that situation to train new employees. And they always say, look, Sammy was brave, but do not be Sammy because the situation may be, you know, different for y'all. I said, and so every time I'm in those trainings, I always say, look, the next time it happens, I'ma just sit there and watch the motherfucker get their ass whooped, honey. So that was the end of the story. Ain't got no more for you. Please make sure that y'all do like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that y'all are notified every time I do drop another video. And that is the end of this story time. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good afternoon, y'all. Bye.